Huge reason I love the FX3, especially as a B cam or even an A cam if you got to. This storytelling piece is solely for Instagram, for the real. So it's a vertical piece. We want to shoot it natively vertical. We don't have to rig this up with some crazy cage to put it on a tripod vertically. We can literally just put the tripod plate into one of these holes on literally either side, and now we got a vertical native shot on the tripod. And then I'll hand hold the FX6 vertically like this, just to give it natural camera movements as the subject is talking, all that kind of stuff. So if you do a lot of stuff for social media, FX3 has literally been the best camera for any kind of high quality cinematic social media stuff that I can even think about. All right, so when I'm looking at where to shoot, especially for these A-roll interview pieces, is the background. So two things. We need depth in the background, we need intrigue. Luckily, this is Euro's spot right here. He's got it looking immaculate, so we have a lot of options, but now we have to choose one. We have to think, we're gonna have two camera angles for this, one straight on and one coming from the side. So we gotta think which one will look good, not just in one angle, but in both of them. So a lot of times when you're having two camera angles, what you wanna think is like in each angle, can I get a slightly different look? Because the reason you're gonna be switching from different angles is to refresh kind of the view in the viewer's mind. So you want to make sure that it looks different on each angle slightly. It should still be cohesive, so it shouldn't be drastically different. I'm seeing this door right in front of me. That could be great for a side angle coming in, and then we hit some of this couch and this wall. We'll have to dress this up for the straight on angle. That'll give us two different looks. A lot of times we get this frosted glass like on the door. It's gonna look really good, especially when it's out of focus in like a more of a bokeh situation, because then you really just get this nice soft color coming out from it, and you're not getting like really blown out windows from it either. Because if you look at here, this is cool. This kind of makes a little bit of sense for a fashion thing. We're gonna leave that to the B-roll when we shoot afterwards and put over the video. I want a lot more intrigue in my A-roll, because this is a spot we want people to stop, listen, and pay attention. When it comes to lighting, there's a lot of different techniques that you can do. Not necessarily one's right, one's wrong, all that stuff. It's about what kind of look are you looking for? And a lot of that will be determined by your client. So what is their aesthetic on their page? If they don't have an aesthetic, then a lot of what you want to do is in their industry. Do they want to do their industry best practices? So let's say fashion. A lot of like high fashion, you get a high key look. And for example, I'll show you that. We have this light right here. High key look would light me similar to this, where the light is filling out all of my face. We'd bring something to reflect the light back up here. You would just kind of eliminate all shadows. It makes a very flattering and attractive look. That's what you see a lot of models lit up like, fashion people, all that good stuff. Runway, that's the kind of lighting that they're gonna do. Euro, we're doing a fashion shoot for him, but we want something a little bit different. Maybe we're gonna go onto a more moodier or contrasty look. And from there, it's all about the angles of your light and how many light sources you use. So if you go right here, and now you're looking at me here, light stayed in the same position, camera's different. So what you would do is you're gonna see a lot more shadow here. And now we're gonna see especially the shadow going down my jawline, but even on this side of my face as compared to this creates a lot of contrast. Contrast creates depth. It's very moody, cinematic kind of look. A lot of times you also want to add other light sources. So what I'm gonna do back here is I'm actually gonna pull out our Amaran. And for our B camera look, you can see the B camera right there pointing at it. We've got this white wall. We got a little bit of purple, but the angle is really hitting this in like the door, and we don't have the purple coming there. That's why you bring your other light sources. This is an RGB light, tube light. Allows me to splash whatever color I want onto here. I'll probably stick to the purple. I like the purple aesthetic. Splash this out here. That's gonna give us some great contrast. That's gonna give us a really unique look on our B look coming from the side. And then we're gonna have the mannequin and all that kind of stuff, adding the color and the depth over here for a straight on look. All right, so big things you always wanna do with shoots. Set design is incredibly important. When things are looking boring and dead, well, guess what? It looks boring and dead. So right here, we got a cool little space, little alcove. I brought the cowhide chair over here. I'm also gonna bring this, the clothing rack over here too, because your set design, you always want it to speak to the video too. So it's a visual storytelling kind of thing. We're talking about fashion, clothing rack makes a lot of sense. Euro, one of one custom. You don't see this in everybody's houses. This makes a lot of sense. A lot of Euro stuff is also cowhide. Bossy's gonna be wearing some. They're gonna see that kind of stuff. So it all just fits together, and just adding little accents and touch like this, make it go above and beyond.